Praise be to Jesus. Hello, everyone. Um, well, there's obviously a lot going on, so let's get to it here. I'm going to read a couple of things from my Twitter feed. From Edward Penton, who is a senior correspondent for National Catholic Register and very well respected. He says Cardinal Daniels and ex-Cardinal McCarrick campaigned for Bergoglio to be Pope, as did Maradiaga on the eve of the conclave, phoning up various cardinals from the Honduran embassy in Rome. Despite their pasts, all three prelates have since been special advisors of Francis or rehabilitated by him. That's just a sort of a side note I ran into. Raymond Arroyo from EWTN has a statement here that Cardinal Tobin has from Newark. Um, he's put forth a statement about the testimony of Archbishop Vigano. Um, I don't have time to look at it right now, but one would think that it's probably in defense of him, or no, no, not that. It would cast doubt on well what he's saying. Obviously, um, William J. Upton, who I don't even know what he's doing in my feed, but I must have something to do with him. Note once again, like the Cardinal Cupid statement, there is no outright denial. Cardinal Tobin, like Cardinal Kupich, quibbles over perceived factual errors, accuses Archbishop Bergano of being motivated by ideology, and yet never outright says the allegations are false. Now, tonight, I think at 7 o'clock, Church Militant is going to have a special report. And the video I just did before this says that they have two cardinals that are saying that what Archbishop Bergano is saying is correct. So whether they're going to divulge the names or what's going to happen, I don't know. But that's at 7 o'clock. If you want to watch it, you can go to churchmilitant.com or you could wait until I post something. So that's it from the Twitter right now. Now, here's something else here. Bishop Schneider. No reasonable cause to doubt truth of Regano's revelations about the Pope. Bishop Snyder says there is no reasonable and plausible cause to doubt the truth content of the document of Archbishop Carlo Maria Vergano. Um, Bishop Snyder acknowledges that it is extremely grave and rare that a bishop would publicly accuse a reigning pope, but points out that Archbishop Bergano's confirmed his statement by a sacred oath invoking the name of God. So then this document this is what it is: a reflection about the testimony of Archbishop Carlo Maria Vergano from August 22nd, 2018. So I encourage all of you to read this. He makes 8 points, all of which are excellent points in the document about what needs to be done. So, I'm not going to read them to you. You should really, you know, you spend a little bit more time anyway, and then, not only with this particular thing, but with a lot of, especially with what's coming out now, so that you're sure you really understand exactly what's going on, so that when you talk to other people, you're speaking speaking the truth, and speaking from a point of knowledge, and not getting things mixed up and, leaving the other person confused or something. All right, so that's that. And, Church Militant just released a statement on the Pope. And for those of you who don't really understand too much about what Church Militant is, this is going to make it clear because I'm going to read enough of it that you'll understand what their position is. Given the horror that has increasingly seized hold of the church these past 50 years, and which has climbed to unimaginable heights under the pontificate of Pope Francis, now is the appropriate moment for the laity to offer comment, which we are rightly allowed to do according to canon law. As many people know, Church Militant has taken great pains in the past to avoid public criticism of Pope Francis with regard to various confusing theological writings, interviews, and off the cuff remarks. Out of respect for the office of the Pope, and so as not to induce scandal, we have dutifully left the work of public analyzing his theological content to those above us, more qualified to address those things specifically, and those responses we have covered in great detail. Likewise, we have made a point of steering far clear of any disrespectful or uncharitable comments denigrating the Holy Father owing to his theological pronouncements, but that was in the area of theology. The homosexual clerical sexual abuse scandal and resulting cover up is not theological at its foundation, but moral. And in this area, the laity are absolutely duty bound to speak up. For while we may not all be theologians, each one of us is a moral being and will be judged by our blessed Lord on how faithfully we have lived in accord with that objective morality. With that said, Pope Francis, Holy Father, for the salvation of your own soul, all this is so sad. You must step down from the chair of Peter and do so immediately. This is just so sad. Well, this is a pretty lengthy article, so if you want to read that, I'll leave the descriptions in the descript. I'll leave the links in the description box. So I think what I'm gonna do is pray for a while, and I have to keep track of what's going on, so you guys know what's going on, and hopefully you can inform other people about what's going on. So we'll talk to you later in the day. Bye.